because then that's a problem for people can't. Good evening, folks, and welcome to United Real Therapy. We're going to discuss the most poignant matters concerning the football club. Saeed, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Khalees, can you hear me? Please let me know, guys, if you can hear me. Give me thumbs up.
If anybody can hear Nuruddin, put it in the comments.
Can you hear Tom? Can you hear me? Tom can't hear me, so let me know if you can hear me, people. Hello. Yeah, can hear you. Yeah. They can hear me, Tom. Tom, it's you. Looks like it's you, Tom. Switch it off and then come back, Tom. Switch it all off and then come back. Tom, switch it all off and then come back.
Yeah.
You can hear me. You can't hear me. It's weird. Big up, people. Welcome, people. Welcome. Big up, Leasin, man. Big up, man. We can hear you. Thank you. Big up to everybody. Saeed, jump on, man. I've just sent you the link, man. I've sent the link to the space there. The link is there, man. Saeed, jump on. Jump on. After, obviously, I'm not going to be going into the game too much about yesterday. We did the match reaction yesterday for you guys, which was a horrendous and disappointing game. Tom, can you hear me now?
No. I don't know what's going on.
Tom. Switch everything off.
If you don't want to, I'll just go in chat, man, and I'll watch the stream myself. Don't worry.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy why Tom can't hear me. It's absolutely crazy why he can't hear me. But anyway, as the title says, people, Saeed is going to jump on hopefully really soon. Let me just send him the link here. Saeed's going to jump on. 1 second. Come back, Tom. Tom, can you hear me now?
There we go. Neil Ashton.
Neil Ashton, mate.
Neil Ashton, mate. You're hard at work already, aren't you?
I am. Listen, Tom, what do you think of the news about FSG selling?
To be honest with you, I'm not really that surprised, and being in no fairness, because you've had American owners that have wanted to come into the league. It's bound to be that you're going to want a couple that are going to want to go out of the league. It's just unfortunate it's not the Glazer family, but in this era of football, every club has its price tag, and the Liverpool owners see that they've taken the club as far as they can. They want to maximise their sale while the iron's still hot and while the club's still in a good state, in a good place. And by doing that, Jurgen Klopp's helped them along the way to build a team that's been successful. And there'll be an owner out there that will want to take Liverpool on. But I know for a fact that the Scouse fan base will not be into any of this Middle East hype or anything to do with, Dubai or Beirut, Saudi Arabia. They won't want a Middle Eastern owner because of the impacts of the human rights and how they have the working class people, so to speak, in Liverpool. But in terms of the whole ownership and everything, it is a bit of a shock because it's come out of nowhere, really, hasn't it? I think they've done this, to be honest. I think they've done it. They've jumped the gun a little bit early. I would give it another week if you were going to come out and state that you're trying to sell your football club, because while the World Cup's on, is a good time to negotiate with potential suitors or potential buyers. Because why you can create a bidding war with businessmen and it's not going to impact the players who are on your field. Therefore, you're not going to have Jurgen Klopp in press conferences. How's the ownership? Are you still going to get back in the transfer market in January? It completely covers that for a good 4 to 6 weeks with the World Cup being on. So it covers Liverpool's arse in many cases by doing it. But they want to leave on a high, like Mohammed's saying here. Big up to him. They want to leave on a high. And Liverpool, regardless of how they've been in recent form, they still won 2 trophies last season. They still pushed City in the league. They still got to a Champions League final. They're still a successful team by merit. And look, don't I wouldn't completely discredit anybody wanting to own Liverpool Football Club, but I think it depends on who FSG are prepared to give the keys over to. If I'm being totally honest, and if I'm being honest, I don't know any names or anything this far. I only know as much as everybody else out in the world knows about Liverpool because it came out as a big shock for myself and even other people that I've speak to and work with, where we didn't expect Liverpool Football Club to be up for sale in the middle of a season. But if I had to give any kind of a early prediction, I don't think it will go outside of an American ownership. If I'm being perfectly honest, I think an American owner will want to do a deal with FSG in kind of the same model that Todd Bowley did a deal for Chelsea with Roman Abramovich, having to sell the football club. But if we're talking figures and things like that, Liverpool's a big brand. Ultimately, it's not a Newcastle, for example, where they don't have the worldwide brand exposure. Liverpool and Man United are very equal in terms of the exposure and the reach that they have, but Manchester United just has the bigger fan base in general. But Liverpool worldwide has grown due to their success over the last 4 seasons in the world. So it's all a case of who has money, who's prepared to pay the right price, and who wants it at the end of the day. And you're going to have a lot of people that are going to have interest in this football club. And that's why they've done it at a perfect time where the World Cup's on, so it can cover Liverpool's arse for the results and everything. And you're not going to have pressure mounting on the players wondering, we don't know what the new owner's going to be like. Jurgen Klopp, you might get a new owner, might go in there and Jurgen Klopp's not his guy. Could want to roll Klopp out there and bring in his own team, bring in his own manager, just like Todd Bowley's done with Thomas Tuchel for Graham Potter. So, look, there's a lot of questions that are going to be answered and are going to need to be answered. But I think for Liverpool, they've argued the toss about these owners before, where they don't have the financial backing to compete with a Manchester City, with all these other clubs. Jurgen Klopp says it enough times, we don't have the finances to challenge. Now is your chance to get an owner who has the finances to challenge these people. But I don't think the Liverpool fan base will take to a Middle Eastern owner. That's just me, though. That's just my opinion.
I've seen them celebrating online though. They've been they've been talking about the Arab money and whatnot. So I think they're gonna lap it up, mate. They're gonna obviously the people who understand, you know what I mean, what's going on.
The morals of football.
Yeah, the morals, yeah. But most of them are lapping it up. But Nori, can you get the first quote before this? I want to read because apparently the quote what they said Liverpool is very, very interesting.
Is it there's Sir John Henry quote? So
the one that David Ornstein brought up, is that the same one?
Now 1 minute.
No, I think that's a different one.
Listen, as for me, Natalie says here, I'm not surprised. Why am I not surprised? Because they know they have a model, right? And that model is unsustainable. Their model is that they sell to buy. They sell to buy. And they can't do that with what's going on right now. So other than for them to get messy and then to get where they got groups protest against them, people doing all sorts of things, they want to get away. And as Natalie puts it out here, I think Natalie lives in the States, if I'm not mistaken. She said, not surprised FSG, they just required an ice hockey team, either in the spring or the summer of this year. So they're moving on. They're literally moving on. But yeah, I'll get let me just unshare. Let me just remove this for a minute.
Yeah.
Right. I'll get the quote up for you. But Saeed, are you surprised? Are you shocked?
I'm shocked, man, because it came as a surprise. Obviously, the Europa League draw was on, and then I kind of got the news then. You know what, though? They're very clever in how they've done it because it's one game before the World Cup. I know you talked about Jurgen Klopp getting questions, but he's only going to have to do that once this week. Yeah. He's just going to basically say, well, nothing to do with me. I don't know what's going on. You have to speak to them. But he'll just give the generic responses. And for now, he will kind of lead everything to that. But for me, I'm not going to lie to you. It's a shock. I'm a bit jealous, if I'm being honest with you. Because for me, they will get bought out by new owners. They will. For me, it looked like I was seeing that the Liverpool of old, with the Liverpool that I grew up with, was starting to look like they were going to form. and it just gives them and they looked at the squad. They've analysed the squad and they've said, you know what, we don't think we can do this. We don't think we can have the significant investment that's needed for this rebuild and this kind of cycle. And they're not ready to do what Man United did and go so low where they can't come back up. So they've understood. A mark of a good person is understanding, and a mark of a good, obviously, company and owners is understanding you've done things wrong and you think, you know what, I don't think I'm fit for purpose. And they now are kind of like saying, you know what, we're not fit for purpose, and we're seeking, you know what I mean, changes in the ownership. So for me, the key thing is, what they've said there. Look what they've said at the start of the comment. There have been a number of recent changes of ownership. So they're actually seeing that there's big owners out there and rumors of change of ownership at EFL clubs. And inevitably, it says inevitably, we asked regularly about Fenway Sports Group's ownership in Liverpool. FSG have frequently received expressions of interest from third parties seeking to become shareholders in Liverpool. FSG said that they are under the right terms and conditions. We would consider new shareholders if it was the best interest of the club, Liverpool as a club. Look at that. Like, so they're thinking about the fans, they're thinking about everyone that's associated with the football club. Whereas the Glazers have always thought about themselves, and they've never really kind of had an interest for the fans. You know
So
what I mean?
on the bottom, they also say FSG remains fully committed to the success of Liverpool, both on and off the pitch. So basically, let me just break it down what they're saying here. Let me break it down for you guys. They can't fully come out because now they've got bidders. So here, when they speak in the shareholders, they first said, oh, we want somebody to buy 25% to 30%. No, they're telling people behind the scenes that they're ready for an offer. Now, there's two companies competing for this, and none of them are US, Tom. Even though you're saying that Liverpool are only going to sell to them. But let me just get this super chat. Neurobeats football analysis says, Klopp with unlimited funds. I'm here for that. That's quite ironic.
You're a Liverpool fan,
because
so
recently, Well, I'm saying to you because he talks about how everybody spends money in it. He talked about Nottingham Forest. He talked over. You can tell in the last couple of times he always said we can't compete with Man City. We can't compete. And then he talked about they can't compete with Nottingham Forest. So they can't come out. So, but basically, from the statement that they've come out with, what they're telling people behind the scenes is that Liverpool, they're willing to listen to offer. And the two people who are here to offer in. It's a Qatar company based in a company based in Qatar and a company in Dubai. They're the only two bidders now.
But it's the Emirate of Dubai, isn't it?
Yeah, the Emirates.
Well, Dubai, the Arab Emirates, in it, because they're Emirates, but Dubai, they're ruled by different people. And one of them was linked with us as well, if there was going to be a potential. So at the moment, in the front runners, they're both two Middle Eastern clubs at the former. But all this is PR jargon, people. Don't read too much into this. They've told people in the background they are for sale because what Saeed said is that as an owner, knowing your limitations.
Yeah.
They don't want to fan unrest. They don't want to be kicking off. So that's why they're saying,
they don't want to become what we are.
Yeah.
Basically.
So what they're saying basically is like, we bought it for 300 million. Liverpool's now worth 4 billion. So we might as well. And
cash in while you can, yeah.
Listen, this is it. So people are taking a mick in it because this was Liverpool fans, in it, when they came to Old Trafford. Now, somebody said, wouldn't it be the greatest irony in the history of ironies? Yeah. if Glazers sold United and bought Liverpool.
Oh my God. Honestly, man, that would be absolutely crazy.
Because this is what we're about to deal with. This is what the travelling fans are to the game at Old Trafford this season. This is what they did. They all got Avram Glazer photos.
Do you want them to have owners, Norton? As a guy who's been kind of like wanted, you see that now? Do you wish for them to have good owners? Is that
because I know genuinely not all Liverpool fans are like these muppets now. They're not.
Not
all Liverpool fans. Genuine Liverpool fans would want Man United and Liverpool to be competing at the top.
Absolutely.
At the top of it, because they like competition and they like the rivalry. The reason why they like Man United because it's like, despite all the hatred, there's a respect there, and they want people to compete. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. The Glazers are what's holding us back, and genuine Liverpool fans would want the Glazers to go. That's what they would want to go.
Yeah, it's facts, man. And you know what the craziest thing about is how swiftly it's moved and how this good news before the World Cup. You don't understand. Now they can literally sort this ownership out while the World Cup is on. They've done it for a reason. At this time,
Exactly.
you know, they've done it for a reason. It gives them time, ample time behind the scenes to work something out. It gives Liverpool time.
I came across this. Now, 100%, I came across this, and this is tallies to what Klopp's been saying. Yeah, this is what Klopp's been saying for quite a while. So this guy goes, Ornstein is confirming what I was told a few weeks ago. Klopp has taken Liverpool to its peak value, and as the club with its current level of investment and with other clubs investing much more, the incoming recession will have convinced FSG this is the right time to sell.
So do you reckon Jurgen Klopp has actually talked to them and said, "Yo, can you guys help me, or are you guys
100%.
Oh, come on, Saeed. He'll have known something about this in the background.
Saeed, he comes out and says we can't compete. What does that mean when he says?
No, I'm saying what I'm trying to say is that is a sign that just shows you that, you know what I mean. If it gets that situation, you know, they can't throw money. There's two things of that, you know. United have thrown money at it without having a plan. This guy with the FSG, they haven't thrown crazy money at it, but they've had a plan with Virgil van Dijk.
They've had an amazing plan. They've done an amazing.
So now there isn't any plan. So now they're saying, right, well, we might have to just say, you know what, we can't really do what you want, Jurgen Klopp. So we're going to look for investment, or we're going to look for ownership. You know what I mean? So I just think for me, I'm jealous because I feel like for me, we did need to hear this, man, especially when our owners are just not budging over. They're not going. They've literally got the only credible guy in what's his name again? Richard, what's his name? The guy that's meant to be buying United.
Jim Radcliffe.
Jim Radcliffe, the only one that looked like he was credible, and they've turned him away. The Arab, the guy that obviously people don't want him. The guy that's taken over Newcastle, they said to him that you can buy some stakes, but not enough to make crucial decisions. So we've got stubborn owners, and this is the problem. You could have FSG who might be stubborn, but then at the end they'll be like, you know what? Okay, we can't take this any further forward. These lot will just be like, yeah, here's 100 million, but then we're just going to buy any random player. You see what I mean? So that's the problem we've got. And this is the issue, Nuruddin, we've got. So.
And this is what Tom is talking about. So I'm just going to add this quickly, because this is what Tom was referring to in his argument earlier. Have a look at this one here. This is a pretty... Can I just shock you? I like ownership groups with questionable human rights morals. When FSG sell and the inevitable happens, I think it is true. It is true. They were a bit connected because there you go. Look, when their captain is hugging their owner.
Yeah.
You can't do that. They are a bit more connected. And
we've never seen that with
us. They own other sports. They put in a proper infrastructure, like a structuring with sporting director. They box clever in recruitment. They box really clever. They've got a manager that they understand. And even before he started winning, Klopp was no way under pressure.
So how much are they asking for, these lot?
4 billion. 4 billion.
They're looking at about 4 billion.
4 billion, yeah? United have asked for 4 billion. But then
they've asked for about 6-7 million.
I'm sorry, at the start one.
Oh, at the start, yeah.
At the start, even then,
when they saw, this is the thing though, Saeed. When you look at it, right, Man United was, let's put it this way, Man United and Liverpool's valued about £3 billion before the Chelsea ownership took over, okay? And the Newcastle ownership. They were valued at about 3 billion. Man United were valued at about £4 billion. It's funny how as soon as Saudi Arabia's rolled into Newcastle and Todd Bowley's rolled into Chelsea, those price tags have gone where? Straight up.
Yeah.
Man United suddenly worth what, £7-8 billion, and Liverpool's going to get an extra. Fenway Sports Group are going to get what, an extra £1 billion out of the football club.
Yeah.
Just from selling it because of the other deals that they've seen be done.
Yeah.
And because of the amount of interest that was in buying Chelsea, Liverpool are the more progressive club than Chelsea right now. So in hindsight, if you play that as a factor, you will have a lot more people that will want to buy Liverpool than you did for Chelsea.
Yeah.
In hindsight, anyway.
In hindsight, yeah.
But it depends if we're going to see that anyway. But with the whole ownership and everything, yeah, we can say that we've heard about, a Qatari ownership, for example. We've heard about a Dubai ownership. Listen, these will keep flooding. You'll hear one from somebody from Australia. You'll hear somebody from I don't know, Kazakhstan or America or Canada. You'll hear loads of different people who are going to come out of the woodwork and flash the wallet around. But the only thing is, do you have people that are credible sports, sport operators who actually care about the sports side of your football club? But the ironical thing is, while Manchester United have had the Glazer family in power, Liverpool are going to have had two takeover bids already.
Yeah.
From Gillette and now from FSG. That's while the Glazer family are here. One of them they didn't want the Liverpool ownership turned on, and it went really sour with Gillette.
Yeah.
And now the Fenway Sports Group are now committing to say that they can't continue going on with the football club and they're going to have to operate somewhere else. But the one thing that Sir John Henry does with FSG and Liverpool is they have a connection with the fan base. They have I wouldn't call it a moral relationship, but there's a respect there between the fans and between the owner, where he cares because he saw the reaction from the Super League, for example. And yes, it was he had to come out and he had to say something when they pulled out. He had to do it. But in that interview, you could see the emotion. You could see how he was trying to reach the fan base. And Liverpool have had to try and win them round. But ultimately, it's up to whoever's got the biggest paycheck and whoever's prepared to pay the most money, because FSG will want to squeeze the living hell out of this deal. But all I'll say is if it's going to be a Middle Eastern owner, you Scousers, mate, you're going to be sitting tight for about 4 to 6 months while that takeover bid goes through. So you're not going to have any recruitment. You're not going to have any players rolling in through the door for 4 to 6 months, because we've already seen the Manchester City takeover bid. How long did that take? The Newcastle bid. How long did that take? Newcastle bid took about 18 months.
Yeah, it did. It took a long time.
You've then got Todd Bowley, who is an American, which is more of an allegiance to the United Kingdom. That still took about 2 to 3 months before Chelsea got a new owner. So you're in it for the long haul, Liverpool. That's all I will say to you. So you can blast up tweets about Middle Eastern owners, Arabs, and all that. You can go ahead and do it. You'll be waiting about 6 to 8 months till you get a new owner through the door if you want to go down that road. And that's why I tried to explain to everybody when there was the rumours about Manchester United being up for sale. You have Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who you could get wrapped up in about 2 months of an ownership. And then you have Dubai, Qatar, you have, Beirut, you have all these different consortiums for the Middle East. They will take months, probably 6 to 12 months to get a takeover bid done with one of them. So which do you want to go with? Something that in Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who's a Man United fan, or something that you don't know and you don't really have much faith in, and with the state that their country is actually running with the human rights in their countries and their nations in the Middle East. So do you trust something that you know and who actually has a British passport, or do you trust something that is foreign and from abroad? That's just where you want. That's just how you want to look at it. But the moral effectiveness of Liverpool, the majority of that fan base, if they have the moral principles of football, they will not want somebody from the Middle East.
Well, there you go, Tom. Coming to that, Anfield Edition asked them the question on Twitter, apparently. I don't know if this is fake or real, by the way.
No, this is real. This is real. That's the real account.
Real.
They said, would you happy being effectively an oil club? 65% said yes, 35%.
Yeah, but let's be honest, Nuruddin, right? 4,085 people have voted for that. Let's be honest. Majority of them, how many do we actually think are Liverpool fans?
I know. I was going to say that. You don't know the validity of the kind of...
It's not a real structured argument. If you get somebody like, I don't know, somebody from the supporters trust or something like that, then fair enough.
I've been in a couple of places today, and I'm telling you, Liverpool fans were celebrating.
Yeah. But it
No,
just
but
shows
they're celebrating, right? And they didn't even expect it.
They're
So what the
celebrating.
hell are we gonna do? We're gonna party like it's 99.
Norton said it though. He's gonna be out on the strip, man. He's gonna be at Dean Park. You know what I mean?
I'm
Celebrating
gonna
the
be
night.
everywhere, mate.
Just
Honestly.
imagine Norton hearing that news today, man. Oh my days, man. Like he would have been out, like out. You
Are
get
you
this
telling
again.
me?
Stream's cancelled, lads. We're all off on pub crawl. See you in a bit.
You know what though? Does that make the Glazers any differently now that they're seeing that FSG can sell? You know what I mean? And they're thinking, you know what?
I think
Maybe we can-
it'll depend what price they can get for it, though, Saeed.
Saeed,
This
it's
is it,
simple,
man.
man. It's simple. Man United are cursed in that way. We are. Big up Alien said Glazers can't afford Liverpool's universal credit. He has to go there, didn't he? He has to go there.
You have to go there.
He has to
Big
go
up
there.
everybody's on universal credit, man.
Everybody,
Yeah, big up to him.
Alien Tenno. I don't know if you heard, but we're heading for a recession. We're all going to be on universal credit soon, mate. It's going to happen. Trust me. It is what it is. It's going to be mad. But for me, it just shows you like what could be and how easy it would be. We'd be sold as a football club. And the fact that Manchester United, after 17 years of fighting the good fight of wanting to get them out. I can't tell you enough, guys. I've not been connected to my football club for 17 years. I've not gone in 17 years, I've not put one foot inside the megastore.
No, 100%.
Not even my toe. You know what? Even sometimes when I'm going to the game and it's open, I distance myself from that because I know people will be like that. United will be having people to photograph me like I've come out.
You're that guy that came to the Glazer protest, man, and he came out, he ran out the megastore, came into my picture. Honestly, if I see that kid as well, man.
What do you think about a draw with Barcelona? I'm happy.
Let's be having him.
I'm happy because we know we're out, and I'm happy to take
We're
that.
not out, man.
And one thing I would like to say to Frankie de Jong. Frankie said, I don't like Manchester. I don't want to go to Old Trafford. I don't want to play in the Europa League. Well, guess what, Frankie? All of those things are happening. I'm telling you now, Frankie will probably pull a Seki or pretend he's injured for that game.
Nuruddin, he's got to get in the first team first because all I'm seeing is he sits on the bench. That's all I've been seeing, man.
Listen,
yeah, he does sit on the bench. Him and Kessie. We should have got Kessie, man.
Kessie, that
honestly,
free.
We should have got Kessie.
Let me just answer what Alex is saying. He says, Nuruddin, Klopp is against state owners. Look at his previous comments. He will walk. Well, let me say this to you now, pal. When they make him the highest paid manager and they give him an open checkbook, I'm telling you now, he will change his mind quickly.
Yeah.
Minds have been changed before. Minds have been changed before, my son.
Yep, 100%. But you know what it is, though, Nuruddin? Does this make you more kind of like
it hurts me.
Did it hurt you today? Did it make you feel like, damn man, there was only going to be
it hurt me. So when I went into a couple of Liverpool spaces this afternoon. Sorry, I've got the hiccups by some weird way. I went into a couple of Liverpool spaces and I could hear them. Crying, laughing. One or two of them were really emotional, like ecstatically emotional. So yeah. So,
you know what it is though, and I think for me, it's one of them situations where I'm like, there was always going to be certain news happening, and this was the kind of one that you didn't want to hear. Like you see Chelsea now with Todd Bowley, you got this one now, like. You know what I mean? Like, we've been here 17 years. Like, you know what I mean? I know FSG came in. When did FSG come in, by the way? They haven't been here longer than the Glazers, have they?
10 years. Have they been here for 12 years?
I think they've been here 12 years.
Like, Abramovich, they're Chelsea owners. Obviously, what happened with Russia and whatnot. But before that, they didn't want their owners out, did they? But we want our owners out. Like, you know what it is here with Liverpool fans? Yes, FSG and whatnot, like, they do want their owners out, but would you say it's more of a percentage than what my United fans want their owners out? You know what I mean? Like we've got more percentage in our fan base that want the Glazers out more than I think Liverpool fan base. You know what I mean? That's just my own opinion. But
do you think it's down to the success that they've had on the field, though, Saeed?
Yeah, there you go.
Because sometimes you can have success with somebody who's not exactly the perfect owner. And you can say that with Manchester City is probably the easiest example you can use. They've had success with an owner who, from a football point of view, operates the club in the right way.
Yeah.
But from the world stage and from the open eyes, everybody knows what goes on inside those inside those nations, inside those countries.
Yeah.
You're seeing it with Qatar, with the World Cup, with the amount of deaths that has been registered or not even registered in some regards due to the human rights acts. So you're seeing everything from a political point of view and a football point of view. But at the end of the day, listen, Liverpool, go ahead and roll in all the money from, an Arab owner or from anywhere like that. Because, listen, one thing can easily lead to another. And I'll say this point anyway, because we've just seen it in the world conflict in the last couple of months with Russia and Ukraine. All you need is one thing to kick off in the Middle East. And I will tell you now, Manchester City, you will be sold. Newcastle Football Club, you will be sold. If Liverpool is bought by a Middle Eastern owner, you will be sold. If war broke out in the Middle East, they will sell your football clubs, or they will be used as what? Political pawns. Because the UK government just did it with Roman Abramovich, which made him forced to sell. So the government have done it before with with a football club, and Chelsea ain't no small fry football club; they're a big football club. So don't think it can't happen to you where you'll get ironed out and you'll get pushed onto somebody else. But at the end of the day, if you want to go down the road with Middle Eastern owners or whoever you want to get own your football club, I always wish Liverpool and Manchester United the best. Because like you say, they have got the two of the greatest historical rivalries. I think it's probably the greatest historical rivalry in football. Man United and Liverpool alongside Man United and Arsenal. Those were the games when you were a kid that you were always you looked at the calendar and you thought, yeah, I fancy a bit of that. I fancy those games. Vieira and Keane, or Gerrard, Rooney, all the different great rivalries with players and managers. Those were the days. But we're past that era. Now, unfortunately, in football, it's about what? Who's got the money at the end of the day? And look, if somebody from the Middle East has got the money to stump up £4 billion, which I think we know a lot of people in the Middle East that have those finances and are capable of doing that, it looks like it will go to the Middle East. But it depends if FSG can do a deal with them or not.
Yeah.
And it gets passed through government.
They're always going to go to the highest bidder. Guys, there's nearly 200 of you. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe.
Come on, man. Let me see how many likes we're on, man.
This is the road to 10K, people. Let's go. We've just recorded a Straight Jacket podcast.
Come on, 50 likes. Guys, there's only 50 likes. Come on, man.
Come on, guys.
100. One thing you got to do, people, just to like the video. It's free. It helps the channel grow. Like, honestly, you don't understand. It helps the channel grow by you clicking the like. We want this trending. You don't want none of the other stuff that people are talking about. This should be trending. So hit the like button, people. Simple.
Anyway, big up saying Miasi for the super chat. He says, "It's a shame you have Barcelona as Arsenal won't see you in the final. Oh well, and good evening." Obviously, he's rubbing it in, but big up saying Miasi. Listen, yesterday after the match, good evening joke would have worked. Today's another day, bro. Yeah, we moved on from that. We've moved on from that. Big up Kobe Bay, Bele. Caleb Bailey. Caleb Bailey.
What I don't get, man. You don't like listen. It's half of the problem.
Games, Glazers. Is this Caleb? Is this Bailey visual?
I don't know. No, it's not. But it might be. It might be Bele.
It might be Bele. Listen, at the end of the day, it's simple. You cannot. That's not a way to get the club team out. I think doing a walkout, I think, would do damage to the Glazers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're campaigning for that. We're campaigning for that, people. We'll try to do that. Say Miasi comes back and says they won't sell as they are US allies. Who are you talking about? You talking about? Say Miasi, let us know. You don't have to do a super chat. Who are you talking about? You talking about Man United or Liverpool?
Because I think he's talking about Liverpool.
Say Miasi, I want to ask you what happened to the Kroenke out, eh? What happened with the Kroenkes out, eh? Top of the league, no Kroenke out, eh? Is that how he goes?
When Daniel Ek was sniffing about, suddenly Stan Kroenke found all this money,
you know what? I think, exactly, Tom. Honestly, Arsenal fan base, mate, you've let it down, man, because I felt like we could have united in this in this approach. When United and Arsenal were going like both the owners were out, I felt like we had a bit of a you know what I mean?
Bond. You had like a bond, didn't you?
I feel like we're on our own now. Like we're on our own again, and it's shit, man. It's shit, honestly. You know what I mean?
It's a guy called Simon Phoenix saying, "Saeed, brother, free man from your prison chat." Saeed calling people right, left, and center.
Yo, I don't know, man. I don't know what my mods do, man. I don't know what my mods are doing, man.
Your mods move mad, Saeed, man.
Yeah, I know. I heard, man. Everyone keeps saying like my mods are moving mad, but I can't unmod them in it because it's like, you know what I mean? It's gonna take me for ages.
Yo, the mug sees what anybody's saying anything. Yo, the mugs, Saeed's mugs are moving like the Glazers, man. Banning,
Aye, listen, man. Big up, man.
I'm telling you, Neil Ashton is infiltrated. Neil Ashton army is infiltrated.
What surprised me? What surprised me?
I'm telling you. So Alex and Nurin, did you see the club stop the Glazers out banners coming into? Of course,
we need to talk about that.
Of course they have. Of course they have. Because, and this is the first time, so I wanted to give a bit of historical context to a lot of people.
Yeah.
At the height of the green and gold, yeah, like 12, 13 years ago, yeah, you would say at the height of it, when we were winning league title back to back, when we were winning a Champions League, all of that, there were so many banners. You can Google it now, just put anti-Glazer protest, and the banners will come if you go to images, right? So they would allow it because they were securing their ownership of the football club. Now they're not secure anymore. So now on away games, European games, they're stopping. They try to stop even the banners inside the stadium. At the Arsenal game, in the East Stand, right where you sit, Saeed, somebody put anti-Glazer thing. They took it off within 10 minutes later. So now they've got police and security try to curb the banners. So it is what it is. We need them out. And for me, I didn't feel jealous thinking about Liverpool. It just damaged me to think that they're going to sell. FSG have had a different relationship with these guys. They've won so many trophies in those years. They've won basically the Champions League in the last year. They won the league. They won the FA Cup. And then they've won a couple of other Mickey Mouse trophies.
They've won everything you can win.
Liverpool have not won the Champions League. Yeah, they've won everything that they could win. Yeah, they have, to be fair. In their ownership, they won everything that they could win. They have. So it is what it is. But guys, listen, do it. The cats are outside now. They don't want to know. They don't want to stay inside now. I open the door a little bit and they run outside. Seedorf and Scholes are like, no likey. We're not gonna stay around the house. So they're all outside. But to me, it just shows that the caliber of owners Liverpool have to understand we cannot. This is unsustainable. Before it gets toxic, we're going to go. We're going to go.
Yeah.
Liverpool can't compete anymore. They can't compete for this rebuild. They can't compete for this rebuild. And I'm telling you now, regardless whatever Klopp said about state-owned and all that, when they make him the highest-paid manager and they give him a free checkbook, he's going to be happy as Larry. I'm telling you.
You know,
that's how football is gone. That's
just going back to that, to the comment about the owners and whatnot. Like for me, again, I just feel like we haven't built enough momentum, maybe. And when we do have it, we've actually hit a ceiling. It's like we thought they were going. When you thought you finished your job. We thought we finished a job at certain points of this protest in this situation. But I want to big up the Asian guy, the Asian security guy that did say that the Glazers didn't want the banners. He said it in the video. So he's actually...
probably been sacked, Saeed.
I know.
Neil Ashton was like, how dare you? How dare you interact with
he knew where the camera was, and he still said it, That was a bit interesting, that. Whether he's got, I don't know if he's from Manchester, but he's been a United security guard for a long while, that guy. And he must have known that the camera was there. And he surely would not have given any context. He would have just said, it's just not allowed, so I'm sorry. But he's actually said the Glazers don't like it, they don't want it, and this is it. You know what I mean? It's not political, is it? Like, what are you talking about, political? Like, some of them are saying it's political and all that. But,
no.
Listen, their manager has done something, but they helped him. They give him a proper football structure, S-A. They gave him a football structure. They didn't give him bankers to run the football club, did they?
Yeah.
No, they gave Michael Edwards and his team, didn't they? So
exactly. They had one of the best directors of football in this country, mate. One of the best operators. And that's why he wanted to go as well, by the way. One of the other reasons why FSG are gone, because Mike Evans was like, we can't just sell to buy. You need to bring more money.
True. Yeah, true.
And that's another reason. Man United have let somebody go. I was reading this morning. They've let somebody go. Who did Man United let go? Let me just get it up.
They've let someone go?
Yeah, they've let somebody go, yeah. But he's going to stay and work on a special project before he goes.
Yeah.
What is this? See what I mean? You just can't let go, can you?
Who?
Man United just can't let go of anybody, can they? Not straight away.
Oh, big up to Didier Drogba. Is that true? Oh, mashallah, man.
What's that?
What's what?
Didier Drogba apparently become Muslim. So.
Reverted to it. Oh.
Yeah. Big up.
Oh, there we go. Whitwell. How do you spell Whitwell?
Hey,
Laurie
Whitwell.
He's trying to get Laurie Whitwell.
Yeah. Laurie. So is it L? Oh, I've got him. I should have him. There we go. I got him right. So I want to get it up. I want to show you guys. This person was the director of operations, but he was a director of in terms of logistics. He had nothing to do with the football. So his title is a director of logistics, but he had nothing to do with football. So let me get this up for you guys. Let me just quickly share this. This is an ex-Man United, it's exclusive. Man United head of football operations, Alan Dawson's leaving the role, expected to exit the club in due course, as was at Man U FC for over a decade in his post since 2017. A mainstay of Woodward era with wide remit, more logistics than sporting performance. So there we go, guys.
Look who Man City got. Man City got another person as well. Some guy who's going to be set pieces and whatnot. And
where's he
from? Is he from Brighton?
There it is, people.
Brighton, yes.
Brighton again, man. That club, man. We need to get some people off Brighton, man. What are we doing, man?
Well, they've all gone now, Saeed. The manager's gone. The coaching staff's gone. The director of football's gone.
By the way, does anyone think that Graham Potter, it will work out for him at Chelsea, or do you think he needs time? Because I just feel like Chelsea's just a ruthless kind of club.
I think he needs that.
Stay at Brighton. A lot of people.
The thing with managers like Potter is he needs a structure around him. He doesn't need an owner who operates in what way he wants.
Yeah.
He needs somebody who he can work with. Like he had a good relationship with Dan Ashworth, for example. Just like Klopp and Michael Edwards have a brilliant relationship. Just like Pep and I can't remember the Manchester City sporting directors anyway, but have Beristain, like you have good relations. These are people that they've worked with in the past or they've built a good connection relationship with. Are you seriously telling me Ten Hag sits there and, every single morning has a coffee with John Murtough and Darren Fletcher and says, right, lads, what's the plan for the transfer market? Right, lads, right, we found this player. He's £80 million from Ajax. We could have got him for £50 million in June, but we've overstretched the budget. And then the Glazer family come out and then they say, we overspent in the market. Well, no shit, you overspent. You were too late to the party.
This is it. So big up Yusuf Ibrahim says, would you sell if you obtain 22 million in dividends without investing a cent? Keep banging on about human rights, but being owned by thieves is acceptable.
Jesus
Christ. The Glazers are thieves, though, to be fair. They thieve us.
Yeah.
Big up CM, man. Not seen you in a while, bro. I hope you well, CM. Big up CM,
big
man.
Up, bro.
Love to see him, man. Honestly, Alan, it is what it is. It's madness. But at the end of the day, there we go. Let's see what Khalid's saying. United have experienced a huge amount of change in recent times. This is set to continue with the director of football, Alan Dawson, makes an unexpected departure from Old Trafford. Yeah, and you know what? He's staying, working on a special project before he goes. That's the other thing that I heard, but I don't know where I saw that. But he's staying to work on a project. Guys, there's over 200 of you, 213 of you in here. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed.
I like the video, man.
You have to also check out the Straight Jacket podcast. Aaron made his awaited return, and it was jokes as usual. So go and check that out. But yeah, listen, Man United have gone through changes, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Man United are owned by these vultures. Now I look at, I think we've got the right manager. We've got a manager on the up. We've got a couple of warriors on the pitch now, yeah? A couple of absolute warriors.
It's a big rebuild, man. I can't lie to you guys.
Listen,
big rebuild,
We've got a couple of warriors, and then we can see our team getting an absolute wrapped in a fataya or getting cooked like fataya, shawarma, a falafel wrap yesterday, because this manager is trying to embed his style of play, and he only believes in maybe 13 players out of the 30. Obviously, we had injuries. Injuries have hit us because majority of those players have been playing continuously as well. So injury and fatigue is going to come in, and illnesses. And it's unsustainable. Something's got to give.
Facts.
Something has got to give. And I can't imagine, we haven't got the squad or the depth or the quality to fight on all fronts.
Nope.
We haven't got that. We haven't got that. So they have to go and spend money in January. But how many of you, genuinely, therapy, I mean, I'll go to Tom. How many of you believe that the Glazers are going to spend money in January? How many of you? I really want to see it.
I don't personally. I think everybody knows that they need to spend, but do I think they will? No, because why? January's what? Dividends month. It's the start of the season for them. That is their late Christmas present. That is literally the Glazer family's late.
But John Milton said it though, didn't he?
Last minute Christmas present.
Yeah.
But these people, you can't take them serious. Richard Arnold, regardless if he knew he was being filmed or not, he said all summer that they were loaded. You're sitting there, you're trying to negotiate a deal for a player in Barcelona, for a player at Ajax, and you sit there and you say that you're loaded. And then you're the CEO of this multi-billion-pound football club.
Yeah.
But you're saying to all these people that you're loaded, who you're trying to negotiate prices down with. If you say you're loaded, you're in, doggy do. That price is going to stick as it is, or it might even go up more. And then you wonder why you waste so much money that you do. But if you actually appointed, like we always go back to the same point, appoint a proper sporting director, you won't be spending. You wouldn't have spent £80 million on Anthony. You wouldn't have spent, near enough the amount of money that you spent the following summer, where you spent on players like Varane. You wouldn't have probably brought Varane. You'd have bought some 20-year-old from France that nobody had heard of, who will be just as good as Varane in the next 10 years. That's these recruitment structures.
Exactly. We don't have that. We don't have that, no. Marcus May is that Liverpool won't accept Arab owners. How do you know, Marcus? Marcus, let us know. Breaking news. Marcus knows something nobody else knows. Marcus, I'm sorry. It's not happening. Regarding Liverpool, I hope it's not a European or American investor. Their lack of human rights and thirst for war, a mirror of brown people over the 400 years, is disgusting. There we go. So there you go. This is it.
In terms of owners, obviously we've got the Richard guy. But like I said, what is he now? What's his aim now? Is it just to wait around? Because he's not going to wait around.
Who's that?
The one that's meant to be owning, the guy from Manchester. Is
Jim
his
Ratcliffe,
aim now to wait around?
Jim Ratcliffe.
Yeah, Jim Ratcliffe. Is his aim because he said he's not waiting around, and this is the thing. Like I'd rather him put a bid in, like Liverpool guys have said. They said that people have come in and actually wanted to buy the football club, whereas we've not really had. It's almost as the Glazers
spoke to them though.
Sorry.
So Jim Ratcliffe, he spoke to the Glazer family though.
Listen. Maybe I'm gaslighting myself. You can tell me, guys. So yeah, Assad hits it right on the head. And Marcus says, as a Scouser, I will disown him.
I don't know, man. I don't know what it is.
Listen, when you got Mbappe on the left-hand side, mate. Mbappe on the left-hand side. And maybe Haaland on the left-hand side, mate. You know what I mean?
When they get that 20th title and the 21 and they overtake United.
You know what? When you're getting that 20th title, I don't think you're going to be. Straight away, Saeed, I know how the internet works, innit?
Look at the Newcastle fan.
Listen to me. Some Portuguese news website or like a paper already linked Jim Ratcliffe to Liverpool.
Look, yeah, you look at the Newcastle fans though, wearing like the shake, the robes, and everything. They were loving life, mate. They were like, "We're gonna be enjoying this." They're wearing
They are. Can you blame them though? Can you blame them?
I know you can't blame them though.
You can't blame
This is
them.
it. You know, Nuruddin, you did say you didn't want the owners again. You know, the owners, the owners of Thingy. Would you still? Are you still on that? Like, if they were here now, would you want them? Be honest.
I'm conflicted now, you know, Saeed, because more than anything, this here is the truth.
I know it is the truth.
Say, who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? Like,
so for the benefit of Man
United, Saeed's a difference. Now, if somebody from one of these countries buys Man United, there's nothing I can do anyway. But the fact that what I hate is that it's the countries who are taking over the countries, and they're doing it for sports washing, so that to try to hide their human rights abuses. Now, if Britain and America were going and buying football clubs in different parts or sports, let's say ice hockey, like the British government go and buying to try to get away from the fact that we're involved in most wars, we bomb people, we drone people to death, right? Then that would be. But for me, I have no problem with individuals because I know all billionaires are corrupt anyway. All billionaires have committed horrendous things. Yeah. Some more than others, but all billionaires have. Do you think Jim Ratcliffe is clear? Jim Ratcliffe has had chemical leaks, has not paid his way, the disbanded company, not paid, got rid of people, not paid the right wages to the people who work hard in his companies. So obviously, each billionaire, that's how the world is set up. So I live in that reality. But to me, there's just something that leaves a bitter taste in my mouth when somebody is trying to hide all of the ugliness, like of the killings that they do.
Yep.
Try to buy a football club and go, oh, look, I'm not about that. I'm not about that. And it's the same for me. This World Cup, I'm not going to be fully watching it because you know why? 6,000 people were murdered building that. Over 6,000 people were murdered building that stadium. And they're from 3 different countries. And all of those have died. And if Qatar had anything about themselves, it'll cost them nothing to go and reimburse those families, compensate all of those families. If they really wanted to make an amends, before a ball is kicked off in that World Cup, they would bring those families, representatives of all of those families, and then compensate them. That's what they would be doing.
True, yeah.
So at the end of the day, I have a problem with state ownership when you're doing sports washing. I'm not about sports washing. I did a degree in sport. I know about the sociology and the social aspect of sport. Now, but if individual companies, we live in a capitalist world that want to buy Man United.
It's like businessmen though, isn't it, Nuruddin? It's like if you can have a state, you could have the state of Egypt, but you could have an Egyptian business owner. It's the different philosophies of ownership, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Because, like you just said about being a state or being under a capitalistic ownership, which would be under a business model, which is different, really, isn't it? But
Listen,
it's so kind of like bittersweet, isn't it? You know what I mean? So it's just having to find that balance.
I'll ask you, Saeed, do you understand my point of view?
Of course.
Are you happy? Would you genuinely be happy with and be comfortable with being owned by people who are beheading people or people who are...
No, of course, no one would be. No one would be. You know what I mean? Like I said...
To me, you know the funniest thing for me, it'll be a relief because I can't tell you guys enough. I'm not an hateful guy by nature. If anybody knows me personally, I don't hate things. I don't hate people. But I hate Glazers. I can't tell you enough. None of this is fake. This is not internet games. I'm not into that, guys. I'm not doing this. Like, this job don't exist. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Because I hate the Glazers because it's not a natural decline. What they've done to this football club is not a natural decline.
No.
Man United have no right to win football games or to compete for trophies. But Man United have a right to compete. Do you understand? Man United have the right to compete. I hope Tom comes back. Tom, his battery died. He says
his battery died, man.
Listen, I don't think
for an hour anyway.
I'm sorry, Assad. The English are not racist. Britain is a racist country. That's a different. The people who rule this country are racist and homophobic and classist. So yes, do the governments? Is there any government in the world that's got no blood in their hands? Every government in the world has got blood in their
Yeah,
hands.
of course.
Every government, and that's why my thing of any of these governments owning Man United will leave a bitter taste in my mouth. But I don't think Britain or the English people are racist. I don't believe that. I refuse to believe that.
You can't put the two together.
I can't. The governments, if you want to talk about the governments, Assad, 100%. The governments are classes. All of the isms, the governments are. They're corrupt as F. They're corrupt as F, and they will get rid of you. But Saeed, I'm going to come to you. Do you genuinely think the Glazers are going to spend in January? Do you think that?
I think they will, because of the fact that Ten Hag has come out and openly said it. And I think for me, Ten Hag has put that pressure out there. He needs a right back. He needs a striker. I think Ronaldo will end up leaving. I think he needs to leave. And I think we will spend, man. Already. We've got to spend, man. We've got to. If we don't spend, it will be an absolute travesty. Travesty. And I think for me, that's when I'm like, you know what? The season, if we didn't win anything, I wouldn't be surprised, because I look at the bench and I think there's a lot of deadwood in the team, man. There's too much deadwood, man. And I think, you know what? It's not good enough for a club that needs to succeed. And I just think for me, we're better than, I think, Chelsea. Honestly, I think Liverpool have got problems. We need to take advantage of Chelsea's little bit of rebuild, Liverpool's kind of downfall in a sense of, you know, certain players have probably passed their best. We need to build on that. Like when we were shit, hold on a minute. When we were shit, Liverpool built on us. They went ahead of us. So why are we not doing the same now, as they're kind of drawing close to their dominance and their little era that they've had? Why are we not doing that?
Because we've got the Glazers. But Saeed, I'm not
gonna lie.
I watched the Liverpool and Leeds game. Yeah, I watched the Liverpool and Leeds game. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Liverpool were unlucky to lose that game. They just couldn't finish their chances. Yeah. If you said to me, out of the two clubs, I can see Liverpool finishing in the top four more than United.
No, I don't think so.
I'm honestly, that's how I feel at this moment in time.
Come on, Bernie, back your team.
Listen, nah, I'm backing. I can never back my team, Saturday, because I know who owns us. Right?
I know, but
Super Nick says whoever buys Liverpool can sniff the Super League money. Listen, that's why the Glazers won't let go. And properly the chat of the night. Smash a like if you want saying Miasi to Biff.
Bro, if we can get Zayn to buy the football club, we'll make a little statue for Zayn outside. We'll fund it.
I'm telling you. He says, I'm still believing deep down the Glazers will sell in the next 8 to 10 months. Looking at the figures, inflated prices, a lack of future loans, cash liquidity, fans pressure, incoming recession. It will happen. And you know what? Inject that into my veins, Muhammad Ali. Inject that into my veins. Saeed, I'm telling you now, get that camera ready. We're going out.
I'm joining the apathy crew, man.
I'm raving for a whole week, mate. I'm partying like it's 99 for a whole week if they go.
You know what? I think I'm joining the apathy crew, man. I'm just like, when it happens, let me know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There we go. Assad said, bankers, investors, and journalists have been in the main owners of football clubs over the last 50 years. They are all murderers, warmongers, and how to kill brown people for their oil, gold resources. Assad, in certain terms, I do agree, right?
Yeah.
In certain terms, I do agree, but it is what it is. But Saeed, big up, bro. Love
big
up,
man. Big up the channel, man. Make sure you like the video, man. Let me see how many likes we're on. How many people are watching?
There's 216 people watching.
Okay, let me see how many likes we're on. Right, 109. Let's get that to at least 150. Yeah. Come on, people. We can do it.
This is how it is. And big up Samson says, reparation needed for Qatar stadium workers. Who the hell are these FIFA and Qatar organizers think they are telling footballers to keep out of politics? That is the maddest thing. Did you see that? Did you see that statement from FIFA, Saeed?
What?
Did you see that statement from FIFA?
I know.
That is crazy. FIFA moving mad, mate.
Because obviously they've got money from Qatar in it, so they have to still back them in it. Money talks, Nuruddin. We know this, man.
Trust me. Well, not they haven't got enough money to buy me a new Saeed. They haven't got enough.
That's why I'm staying away. You get me.
Good luck in a big six tonight, innit? Good luck in a big
six.
Pray
for me. Pray for me.
Good luck in a big six. But Saeed, at the end of the day, our manager's been here for what, 4 months? Nobody can speak to you really. Nobody can.
Nobody has played. 1 loss in 10. That's what I'm going to say to them, man. 1 loss in 10.
Exactly. It is
But
what it is.
listen, they've got big. I think Chelsea and Tottenham, they've got bigger problems than United. I'm telling you, man. But listen,
Exactly. Big up, Saeed. Love and light,
Love,
man. Make
man.
sure you go and check out the Straight Jacket podcast, people. But yeah,
Love.
big up. Listen, I'm just gonna read out a couple of more. I'm gonna read out a couple of more of your comments here, Mr. Structure. I am a lover. You know what? I believe in self-defense. I believe in self-defense. I do believe in self-defense. American, European banks have killed. I don't think the American banks have, Assad. You're going to have to follow me on Twitter and send me the evidence, brother. Because I don't want to just tirade about this. Of course, the bankers they're not there for the human, for humans to have something. Of course, they're not there. I am a fighter. I am a fighter. I am a fighter 100%. Come on, guys. Look at my skin tone. I live in this country. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be a fighter out here. But I don't hate people. I'm not a hatred person, but I do hate the Glazers because they made me fall out of love with my football club. They've made me football. It is systematic. It is systematic and structural. It is systematic and structural. Samuel Lockers is an absolute muppet. To me, he's a racist for comparing black people to a plant, calling black or brown people exotic. Exotic is the word he used in his article. So he can go to hell with that. Go to hell. Nuruddin, do you think Sunak becoming PM means we're no longer, behave yourself, behave yourself. Come on now, behave yourself. Let me just get this super chat. Listen, we're playing Forest soon, young Gabs. We might lose to Forest. Don't. That's what I'm saying. I dare not laugh at them. Honestly, we are Super Nick. We are Apathy FC. We are. But big up, Yusuf. The Glazers will sell. They don't have the desire or the money to rebuild infrastructure and the team. Once they've sucked us dry, they will have no option but to sell. I'm hoping and praying for that. And genuinely, all of the things, the way it looks, they're going to need a massive investment. They're going to need a massive investment. They're not going to have that investment. They're not going to have that investment. So they'll have to sell. They'll have to sell. It is what it is, people. But big up to every one of you. Please smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Yeah, like the video, people. Please like the video. Big up Gary. Gary Scott says, politics, not football. Hard lines. The World Cup is going ahead. Money talks. Why hasn't the World Cup been stopped? Correct. Greenpeace. Yeah. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I hope Liverpool get British owner. They will never win anything again. Adrian's going hard. Adrian's going hard. He says here, Alien Tenor says, are you crazy? They didn't demolish slavery. Oh, God. Right, you two can have that argument. You two can have that argument. Great show, Doreen. I want to know, what do you think of Ronaldo at the moment? Esther A, Ronaldo is destroying his legacy. Ronaldo's destroying his legacy. He's destroying his legacy. That's what's happening with Ronaldo. And it's so sad because I want to remember the Ronaldo that won the Ballon d'Or at Man United. I want to know Ronaldo that won 3 league titles back-to-back and a Champions League and scored over 40 goals a season. I want to remember that Ronaldo. And this Ronaldo now is pitiful what's going on and how he's bullied his way in to playing game in, game out. He's not offering anything up front whatsoever. I don't blame him because that's his age and it happens to every footballer. But why does it always happen to us? Why are we getting elderly players? Cavani, Zlatan, Sanchez, Ronaldo. What's going on? Retirement FC. And now even when we buy midfielders, when we get midfielders in the summer, we get 2 30-year-olds. Undoubtedly, they're brilliant. One of them is certainly world-class, King Casemiro. Eriksen has had brilliant games this season for Man United. But he hasn't got the legs to get about. He's gassed out. He's gassed out. Sorry, bro. I didn't mean to miss it out. But honestly, that channel is coming. I know some of you have been at it, but we're waiting for Irfan to finish. And we tried to find a venue to do. And the venue, I was let down by one venue. But 100% the political channel is coming. It is coming. I promise you. The first time I had to ask someone is forcing the manager to play Ronaldo. Exactly, Windy. Exactly. Exactly. And then some people are like, oh, that's too conspiratorial. Is it? Is it? Ronaldo, more than any player, is the most viable commercial player at Manchester United. That's why they were happy to let Pogba go. Pogba was the number one commercial signing for Man United. Number one commercial player. Ronaldo is the commercial player. They signed deals on the back of Ronaldo. So when people go, he's gonna go in January. I don't believe it. What evidence have you got? What evidence have you got? Ronaldo to go has to buy himself out of this contract and get the hell out of here. If you love United, Ronaldo, don't wait for the Glazers. Just buy yourself out of the contract and head out. It is what it is. Honestly. That's what happens. Definitely, Samson. We're going to be getting people on. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you smash that like on the video, guys. And we say win, lose, or draw. Glazers are out. All I can do as a football fan is be happy for Liverpool. I know they are rivals. I know I'm supposed to hate them. I don't hate them. I don't. In a rivalry, the reason why we're so rivals, we're the biggest rivals in English football. There's a respect there. There is a respect there. And I'm not talking about the United fans who do the horrible stuff about Hillsborough. And I'm not talking about the Liverpool fans who do the plain signs about Munich air disaster. I'm talking about the vast majority of Liverpool fans want to be competing and fighting for trophies with Manchester United. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm wishing them well. I'm really wishing them well. Lordy, thanks for entertaining. Bravo, Esther, you're welcome. Are you ready for Barcelona? Not really. Not really, because I hate that competition. I hate it. I despise that competition. I despise it. So I'm not really bothered about that competition. If you said to me about the FA Cup, yeah, I'll take the FA Cup all day. I love the FA Cup. FA Cup is the greatest cup competition in world football. It is the oldest and the greatest. Yeah, man, we want a cup of tea therapy. Yeah, 100%. You're going to get that up in the political show. But big up to every one of you. Ronaldo will go if De Jong joins, not before. Been saying it for a while. Been saying it. Everton Hart, his hands are tied. Hung to dry since his appointment. Hope he pulls some miracles, but he's not going to be able to pull some miracles, man. He's not. Europa League is comedy FC. It is. Glazers is the rich. Yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. Yoda. Of course they are. Yeah, that was Ian Rush. He was a good player, though, Ian Rush. Good player, Ian Rush. Good player. But he knew when it was time was up. And Leeds must have been doing badly. So, Assad, I gather you're a Liverpool fan. Are you comparing us to Leeds? You're not comparing us to Leeds, are you? But anyway, guys, honestly, another super chat here from Yusuf Ibrahim. Thank you for the super chat, brother. I think we are wasting the number 10 when we can play CR7 as a striker, opposing defense to play higher up and squeeze the space space because there's no threat in behind. Hence Bruno Eriksson looking terrible when CR7 plays. Of course it is, bro. We all know we lose all of the dynamicism. Nobody knows we're going to play on the shoulder. You see at times how Villa played. Villa were right up in possession, cool as a cucumber. Yeah, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, no problem, brother. No problem. No problem, Assad. Listen, if you're Liverpool fans, smack it here. We talk the truth, brother. We have no hatred to Liverpool fans or to Liverpool. I actually like the rivalry. I like it when we're competing for trophies. I like it when we're neck and neck and we're fighting for things. I actually like that. Big up, Sons. He says, it's peak out here. Players' legs are done. And it might be peak for us after the World Cup. Of course, have you seen the fixtures? Have you seen the fixtures? Hey, Alicia Sinkanova. Easy now. Easy now. Listen, love and light to all of you people. Please enjoy the rest of your evening, wherever you are in the world. And smash a like on the video on your way out. Win, lose, or draw. Glazers out, bankers out. We keep it 100 here, man. I want to go back to Man United winning trophies. You can see here, there. Man United winning trophies. Over my shoulders here. The both of them over my shoulders. You can see that. You can see over my shoulders there. That's what I want to see. I'm not asked about Champions League when we're not in it to win it. I'm not asked. I want to build a team that challenges for league titles. And then we can go into the Champions League and challenge. Big up everybody. We need some more legs in here. We need some more legs in there. If you know, you know. That's a United Real Therapy anthem that we need some more legs. Big up, love and light people. Take care. Love Esther. Love Sinkanova. All the regulars, man. Big up Assad as well. Dropping some facts. Always love. Always love, brother. Big up Assad, man. He says, I know. I've been watching your show for months, man. Love, love, brother. Love, love, love to you too, man. Love to Alien Tenno as well. Sinkanova. Baby Yoda. Big up to all the Liverpool fans who turned up for this. And big up CM, man. CM, you need to let me know when you're next free, brother. I know you're working hard. I know the hustle is real out here. But let me know when you can come on the channel, man. Big up. And I'm so happy for Rich as well. And for Forest. For Crystal Palace and Vieira. So happy that they smashed the Hammers yesterday, man. So if you speak to Rich, man, let him know. Nothing but love for that, brother. And for the Palace fans, innit? Big up Super Nick, man. Win, lose, or draw. I'll leave you with Super Nick. Sister, always love, sis. Always. Always love. Win, lose, draw. Glazers out. Bankers out. Happy for Liverpool fans. FSG have decided they can no longer sustain. It's their ownership is sustainable. But big up. Peace.